Hey everyone, Trevino here, back in Houston, Texas. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what to look out for when you're flipping a house. So we're here with a local investor. He's going to talk to us a bit about adding value to the property, whether it's a rental, whether it's a flip. In this case, it's a flip. So a few common mistakes, pitfalls that investors could fall into, and how to avoid those. So in today's video, we're going to take a look around. He's going to give us some tips, and let's take a look inside.
Hi guys, my name is Braulio. My company's name is BNS Realty Investments. I'm a local investor here in Houston, and today we're doing a tour at one of the properties that we're thinking of buying. We haven't made an offer on this, but we probably will. Due diligence before, whenever we're doing any touring of a property, you don't want to be like wasting your time, because time is money. So you don't want to be like going to a bunch of properties that they don't make any sense. We ran the comps on this, and we ran our ARV calculator, which means how much money and how much profit we're going to be making off of this. So this one actually did make sense. We just wanted to come and make sure that we weren't running into any like crazy things inside the house. Okay, so come on, let's go see what's going on inside, and I'll give you a little bit more tips in a little while. All right, of course, just in general, everybody knows, I mean, this is not like a secret or anything, but roof is one of the main things that you want to look at. You want to make sure that your roof is good. In this instance, obviously you can tell that the roof is already, it's pretty much shot. So you need to make sure that you account for the roof. Roof is going to be one of the major things, especially with inspectors at the very end. If you think your roof is passing, if you think you're on the borderline of it, you're going to get nicked for it. So if you really do feel like you can get away with it, and you don't really feel like you need to put in a new roof, because roofs are pretty expensive, then I would say you can go ahead and you can keep it. But if you have any doubts whatsoever, I mean, just go ahead and you need to add it to your budget and get that roof replaced. Okay. Facade, right? So we got siding, we got some brick. These are just like little brick covers that they put on. So for instance, here what we want to do is, this is obviously something that we don't want to keep because nobody likes to see this facade. So we want to go ahead and get rid of it. When we first initially looked at it, what I wanted to know was how much of it do we have, right? So if you follow me this way, it starts right here. And, it only ends right here. So whether I want to get rid of it or not, it's, I mean, it's not going to cost me too much to get rid of it. So we're going to make the decision that we're going to go ahead and we're going to get rid of that, finish it off, put the rest of the siding in and stuff like that. All right, so one of the best things that you can do is whenever you're going to purchase a property, of course you want to get the best deal, right? So a lot of the times when we're going and we're doing tours, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to come and they're going to start asking questions. But so one good thing that you want to do is you always want to keep contact with as many people as possible, right? So even though that might have been just a small conversation that I had with that gentleman in the neighborhood, that could lead me to another house, something that's off market, something that's really, really cheap, and we can get it, for, basically nothing, So whenever you can have a conversation with somebody else, especially people that live around the neighborhood, they know everybody, they know people, and you're going to be able to get into the front door when, for example, Joe Schmo's calling, but you know what, I took the time to talk to that guy, gave him my info. Now he's gonna feel comfortable to contact me, and I'm gonna be able to get into the door of Mrs. Smith's house or whatever, so it makes complete sense for you to always talk to the people around the neighborhood. Pro tip: in these neighborhoods, a lot of people say that they like the porch. Unfortunately, I mean, I don't like these, but people do like these. So what we were thinking on this one is, we're gonna get probably rid of half of it, so we don't have to keep all of it, so that at least when you're walking into the house, you're actually seeing a little bit of the house. Because if you back up over there, when you look at the house, you pretty much don't see any of the house. You're pretty much only seeing just the carport. So be careful when you're walking in here. Wear some good shoes when you're walking around these properties, because you never know what you're gonna run into. Big thing, and this is something that I just barely found out, was the electrical panels. You want to make sure that you're up to date with some of these electrical panels. Sometimes these are like hidden. These are called Pacific electrical boxes, right? So these things are like notorious for causing fires. So I just recently learned this on one of my other flips. I really didn't even know that box was in there. Luckily on this one, it's like, boom, it's like right in your face, you can see it. But sometimes most of these are like the small ones, and they'll have them in the closets, and they'll have them behind something, so you can't really see them. So always watch out for those. If you do have those type of boxes, They're called Pacific boxes. You want to make sure you get a licensed electrician and get them to take them the hell out. You know, you don't want to have those boxes in there because they're, like I said, they're notorious for being for causing fires, which will, at the end, if once you go and you try to sell the house, what they're gonna tell you is that they want a credit for getting rid of that box anyway. So you might as well get it done up front, you know? So pro tip, make sure you don't have any Pacific boxes in your house. We're looking at the space, you know, when you walk in, you can kind of see it. So, you know, it's a really nice big open space. Of course, you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it in the video or not, but you can kind of see like where the foundation is already moving. So foundation is also one of the biggest things that you want to look at. If you have any concerns on foundation, like I don't have any concerns on this one because I already know it needs foundation, but you would definitely want to go ahead and get that checked, because just like the roofing, foundation is also going to be one of the biggest major deals on whether you can make it in your budget, you know? So foundation, this actually came from the real estate agent, and they actually let us know that they've already gotten a bid for the foundation. So the foundation that they got, so that was $9,000, right? So since I have a lot more context, I probably can get it cheaper, but you kind of want to go with, hey, you know what? Worst case scenario, right? So worst case scenario, we're throwing in that we got like $9,000 in foundation issues already. All right. What else are we looking for? Is what are we going to be able to keep, right? What is it that is going to stay here that's going to actually allow us to not have to replace or keep, right? So as we're going through the house and we're looking at all the electrical that we have in here, I mean, pretty much all the electrical shot, you know, so we're not going to be able to keep any of the electrical. And we can go try to come into this restroom, but I don't suggest you come in just because it's so bad. But if you want, take a sneak peek in there, and you can kind of see it's, you know, total rehab. So looks like the plumbing is gonna have to be, it's gonna have to be done all over again. So you want to make sure that, you know, you take that into consideration. You know, plumbing is, you know, also a big issue. So we obviously didn't come in through the front door. We came in through the side door. We're gonna go ahead and we would close that side door off. This would actually be our front door. And right now we would be sitting in the living room. What's gonna add value to the house? What is it that buyers are gonna look for? I mean, everybody wants an open floor plan, right? So whenever you're gonna come in, you're gonna look at it, you're gonna wanna go ahead and you wanna check design and see what is gonna be the best way to utilize every single one of the spaces. So where can I add value? What walls can I get knocked down? What walls I can leave up? Whether it's gonna be, hey, you know what, should I take this wall down versus what the cost is gonna be? If you can take the wall down, it's always gonna add value because you're gonna get a lot more viewers, a lot more buyers that are gonna be interested. So boom, of course, you know, we wanna get rid of this front wall so that when you walk in from the front door, you're already looking at your kitchen. My thought for here would be, you know, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna have countertops here. You're gonna have your sink, you're gonna have your window, maybe put an island over here in the front. Islands are also a big thing that you wanna go ahead and you add that. That's gonna be, you know, 100 times you're gonna get your money back on the island because people just love the island, right? One of the things that I really like is when the houses are on pier and beam. The reason I like a pier and beam is because whenever we do have to run electrical or we do have to run any sort of wiring, whatever, we can go ahead and we can actually just, you know, make a hole in the wood, right? So if I wanted to put an island here, for example, if we were in a concrete slab, what would I have to do? You know, we would have to jackhammer all that out, make a hole in it, and you know, we'd have to run the line. So would that be, would I get my return on that, right? Like, so would I get the return on me doing all that extra work? If it was to be on a concrete slab, it might not be. You might say, you know what, we're not gonna do it because it's just gonna cost too much. But since it's on this, which is the pier and beam, we get the guy, hey, you know what, cut a hole in. We can go ahead and we can throw our line in there, throw our water line in there, and I can put even a sink in there if I want to, you know what I mean? So it's just gonna be something where just design-wise, it's gonna be so easy for you to be able to do it because you're on the pier and beam. And I don't know if you know what pier and beam is, but pier and beam just basically means it's all just on elevated wood, right? So over here, this is gonna be your other room. these are, you know, bedrooms aren't really too much of a big selling point, so you're gonna want to minimalize, you know, just kind of stay like very, very, very like small on what you're gonna do in here. So for example, on here, what we want to do is, you know, we wouldn't keep any of this flooring, we'd get rid of this flooring, just throw some carpet. Carpet's gonna be a lot cheaper than, you know, your vinyl flooring. But, you know, just fix up all the sheetrock in here. We already have some new windows that we're actually put in here. They're not super new, but it's you know, they're newer than the ones in the rest of the house. So in this instance, keep the window. I'm sorry. Well, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna keep the windows here. You already have a pretty nice sized closet in here, so we're gonna keep everything here almost identical to what it is right now. Not change anything else. We're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna change, you know, change your outlets out. Of course, you want to make these look, you know, brand new. Change out your fixtures, and of course your AC. You know, put a new vent. But, you know, keep it real simple. You know, in the rooms, you know, keep it simple. Try not to spend any money on the rooms because, you know, most of the time the big selling point is just going to be your restrooms and it's going to be your kitchen. Over here, there's another room. I don't know if you can get in here, but you can swing in. Just another room, and basically it's kind of just the same thing, you know? Fix your sheetrock. Keep your, you know, we might keep this carpet, I don't know, I'm not sure. But no, I'm just kidding. So we're gonna get rid of all the carpet. But the same thing, you know, just fix your, get some new fixtures. Same thing with the windows. You see, these are new windows. They even still got the stickers on them, man. So somebody just they barely put these in. So that's a big plus. You know, windows are pretty expensive nowadays. Depending on the size, you know, windows can be running up to $250 or $300 a piece, you know. So just in this room, if we were to have to replace those, you're talking about $500, you know. It might not seem like it's a lot, but trust me, all this stuff adds up, you know. So whenever you have something, especially like a window that's an energy efficient window like that, make sure you keep it. Like, that's a big, big plus. Back over here on this side, we have now our other restroom. And I'll get out of your way. Now I'm in the kitchen. Here, same thing. Look, I don't know if you remember from the last video we did. We were talking about like what is the stuff that you can keep. So for me, like this would be a perfect example of what we're gonna keep. This is an old cast iron tub. Nothing wrong with it. We're absolutely not gonna take that out. We're gonna leave that in there. One, it's a pain in the butt to get rid of. It's, you know, they're super heavy. It's, you know, I mean, it's just too much work. I'd rather just pay somebody to come and refinish this. You know, they charge you about $150 to refinish this. Come in, refinish it. I mean, that thing's gonna last more than what I would have put in if I had to replace it. So whatever you can keep, especially like with tubs like this, I mean, I would definitely keep this. But same thing here, you know, fix it up, you know, put some new fixtures. We're definitely gonna get rid of that mirror, but get a new vanity top. Toilet's gonna get replaced, put in your toilet in there, and you know, just from the looks of like the plumbing and stuff, like over here, you can come and see the fixtures. You know, super old, so that's gonna add a lot of value to your home. You know, the more plumbing and the more electrical work that you can fix it. Even though it is expensive, you definitely want to, you know, spend the money and get that stuff done, right? Because it will really come in handy that you don't have to come and fix something like that, because most of the time that's already very faulty. I just kind of give you a little bit of a rundown of just kind of like the stuff that we're gonna do and like some stuff that you want to go ahead and you want to look out for. So, you know, the things that we talked about is making sure that, you know, foundation's good in the house, roofing is good in the house, all plumbing, you know, it's like stuff, you know, that we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna always see. So whenever you are looking at a house, you got to remember that those things are going to be like the main things that are really going to be expensive on it, right? Another thing, and it's like a really good tip, is, you know, whenever you're going to go into one of these houses, you know, sometimes it's kind of scary. You want to make sure that you have somebody with you at all times. In this case, I have my brother here, and my brother, you know, he helps me out with, you know, sometimes he helps me out with filming, or sometimes he helps me out with like the construction and stuff like that. But it's always good to have another set of eyes. Like just earlier right now, we were talking about like kind of the design and how we were gonna go ahead and we were gonna put these things together, right? So me and him, we put our heads together and we like literally were able to figure it out within a couple of minutes. When I was trying to do it by myself, I was breaking my head, you know, like, don't do that. Like, you know, get some other opinions, you know, all the opinions are always good, you know, the more opinions, the more people, the more stuff. It's always going to be good to have people that are going to help you, all right? So what we're going to do over here on this side was just like design-wise is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take down this wall as well. So then that's going to be the whole open floor plan where you're going to have this all open, including that wall. And as you walk through the house, you're going to have living room area, and then we're going to have dining room area. And what I like to do in my homes is, you know, we can put a nice beautiful accent wall here, drop a light fixture, which actually shows that you have a dining area. You want to make sure you have a dining area, guys, because if you don't have a dining area, which I learned in my previous one, was that they really hated the fact that there's no dining area. Even that the floor plan was a lot bigger, they didn't like the fact that there was no specific dining area. So you want to make sure you have your living room area, your dining area, you know, it's specified in a particular part in the house. So the way that we do that, if we specify that area, which is actually really cheap, put a nice little accent wall here, drop down your light. Once you drop down the light, you put the accent wall, you can actually list, hey, you know what? This is your dining area. Even if you don't want it to be there, it's a dining area, right? So we're gonna make this into the master bedroom. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put a wall here, close off the wall, and open that so like that we can go ahead and have the restroom, closet, master bed. You know, good sized master bedroom would be, you know, like if you do like an 11 by 11 or a 12 by 12, you're pretty good. But you want to make sure that you have a big closet. You know, buyers love big closets, so you want to make sure that you have a nice big closet. So whatever we have here minus, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna subtract the closet because we want to make sure that we have a big closet, right? So that we can get good offers, you know, first day offers or whatever. So luckily, from what we're seeing here, I initially thought we were lucky is that we weren't gonna have to do a lot of demo, but if you follow me, come and check this out. Boom. So we have a whole structure back here that's literally falling off to the side, which we are not gonna keep. So initially I was thinking we were gonna get away with not having to do too much demo, but now it's like, boom, you know, we have a whole structure that we have to get rid of. The structure, there's no way we're gonna have to save it. There's no value that's gonna be added into it whatsoever. So we have to get rid of this. So demo budget is also very, very important, guys. You wanna make sure that you check and you gotta know exactly how much you're gonna spend on trash services. Something that nobody really thinks about, right? Everybody just thinks about, hey, let's build, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And they don't remember, hey, you know what? We gotta get rid of a bunch of crap, you know? So it's very important that you put your demo budget in. You wanna make sure that you're not getting stuck with, I mean, this, you know, just looking at all this, I mean, we're looking at, you know, $2,000 or $3,000 that unexpectedly when, you know, whenever we're doing like demo on the inside, it's gonna cost me, you know, maybe $1,000, maybe $2,000. So when I thought I was getting away with my demo budget, I'm not. Boom, we have another demo that we gotta go do over here in the back. And I'm just ballparking it, you know, it might be more than that, to tell you the truth. So, you know, definitely get somebody out here. You know, worst case scenario is gonna be about maybe $4,000, you know. I mean, it's gonna be more than $4,000. And if not, I'm gonna just have to do it myself, right? Don't do stuff yourself. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and Aaron's gonna go ahead and he's gonna link my Instagram down below. If you wanna go ahead and you wanna work with me, please go ahead and reach out to me and DM me, and we'll go ahead and have that information for you, all right? Peace out, guys.
Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching our video about a few different do's and don'ts when you are flipping a house. Again, like Braulio said, if you're looking to connect with him, we'll have his information in the link to the description of the video. And, you know, let us know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Have you flipped a house? Have you run into any of these issues before? Let us know what y'all think, and we'll talk to you later.